really smell it. Are we plugged in? Oh, we're very plugged in. We're plugged in now. Okay. I was just waiting for the word from Miceophone. When I first moved to Chewelah, I didn't know why I was moving to Chewelah. My ex had passed, and he was from here, but I didn't really realize, let me put it that way, why I was actually moving here. So right after I came, I was sitting outside looking up at the stars, and I heard these giant footsteps walk through the apartment, thundering like they shook the apartment. And I'm outside and I'm going, gosh, I thought I locked that front door. And then it dawned on me, not really a telepathic message at that point, but it dawned on me that that Bigfoot had come. And what convinced me of that was all of a sudden my silverware drawer opened, and very playfully he was rattling through all of my silverware. So I get up immediately and I go into the kitchen and I turn on the light. And afterwards now I think, oh yeah, I'm gonna turn on the light to see something interdimensional. But at the time, that was just like the most, automatic thing to do. And so I said, well, okay, I can't see you, but I do know you're here, and I would love to see you whenever you're ready to show yourself to me. So I'm gonna go back outside, and I'm gonna look at the stars again, and you can stay, and as long as you want, you don't have to go anywhere. So, okay, I was like, at first I was like, my heart was just jumping, just at the very thought of it. And so I go back outside, and lo and behold, there goes the silverware again, rattle, 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 rattle. So I'm sitting outside, and I was just beaming after that, because it was just so beautiful. And that was I think, not my first telepathic or anything experience. That happened much, much earlier with other beings besides Sasquatch. But then some other experiences that I had here in Chewelah after moving here was, maybe you have heard of God's water here, that we go up to the mountain and we get our God's water. And it's from a well, beautiful, beautiful water. And I'm up there with my deceased friend, and he's by the water, and I'm looking over at it. And from behind this huge cedar tree came it must have been 15 feet tall, a not yet fully formed being. And I just looked up and I said, well, hello. And it stayed there for maybe a minute. And then it just went off into the forest. And, I wasn't able to, I couldn't even tell my friend at that moment. I was just like, my heart just felt so full, and we were coming down the mountain. He said, what happened back there? Who are you saying hello to? And then I told him, and of course he just looked at me and smiled. But so those are just a couple of experiences. Chewelah, I believe, has amazing Sasquatch energy. And he's been with me ever since he walked into my life. He's never walked out. That's what I've noticed. When I was back in South Dakota before the Black Snake period started, I was back there doing some recording, some video work, and I come back to my motel room out in the boonies, and unbeknownst to me, I didn't realize I left my keys in the door, and I'm talking on the phone with my girlfriend, and yada, 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 and all of a sudden there are 3 pounding knocks. I mean, it wasn't like a knock, knock, knock. It was like, bam. And my girlfriend heard, and she said, "Oh my God, what's that?" And I said, "Well, someone's at my door." And she said, "Well, I guess so." You know, and I go and I look, and nobody's there. And I'm like, "Oh my God, oh my God." You know, I'm putting knives in the door, you know, from the inside, and I'm trying to lock out whoever it is. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I get up in the morning, and I see my keys are on the outside, and right away, my Sasquatch friend, he speaks to me telepathically, and he said, "Yeah, I'm here to protect you, but you have to help me. You've got to do your part." And so, well, of course, you know, I felt foolish, but he just was like he was going to do everything he could, short of taking my keys out of opening up and giving my keys and say, "Wake up." So thank you for listening. It's just a couple of my extraordinary experiences. And it is Chewelah is land of 1,000 snakes or something like that. It has to do with snakes because of the glittering in the water. Yeah. Thank you.
I appreciate you going to the effort. I would have brought a 1/4 inch and just plugged it into the PA. It would have been no problem. Next year.
I expect to be playing on stage.
No. That works. So as I said, sounds nice. I don't get a chance to play this particular song out too often. I play out in the Seattle area and beyond. I write a lot of music, but I don't typically write songs about aliens and extraterrestrials, nor do they typically go over too well in the low vibration places that I play. So I'll play this song sometimes because, quite frankly, nobody might be listening anyway, because sometimes I'm background music, but I found the perfect audience here for this song. Yeah, as this is called "Looking to the Skies." Looking to the skies, technology will heal disease and make us free. Boundless flight, mean new worlds we've never seen. Energies mean no more wars and paying fees to big monopolies. Look into the skies, look into the skies for you. Look into the skies, look into the skies for you. With your help overthrow, we'll break free from apathy. We'll find a way to finally grow into our sovereignty. Look into the skies, look into the skies, will you? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Lyrics by Tracy, by the way. Of course. Yes, I do. So, keeping to the theme of the conference. So we were talking earlier in the share, Garrett was talking about, a few people were talking about plight of the earth and environmental stuff and what's going to happen. So I wrote this song. It's called Own It. Seas did rise in front of our eyes. The heating skies, Earth is traumatized. All we did was scorn. The scientists warned of our soon demise. Time to recognize all the harm we've done. Got to own it. The dying breath in the ocean's depths. The sea was victimized by corporate lies. All the harm we've done, all the harm we've done. got to own it. Now let's watch TV, wrapped in apathy. We'll be entertained and we'll feel no pain while the earth gets warm. Smile, ignore the storm. You better be forewarned, but we will own it, yeah. All the harm we've done, all the harm we've done, all the harm we've done, we got to own it. We got to own it. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, okay. I'll play one more. It's like an open mic night here, kind of. Hey, Trace, can you bring me my tuner? It's in the case. I do too. I really do. There's us guitar players that like to stay in tune say, we tune because we love you, to our audiences, and we do.
I played the bagpipes for 37 years. A lot of these guys, they'll never know the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised. They do.
No wonder people hate the bagpipes.
That's funny. So I guess this is a request. I played this by the fire last night, along with the other two songs that I played, but I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Lee. So Lee, this is everything we do. This is what I played last night. I think is the one you heard. The stars and the sun, I want to reach out and touch one. The love you give to me is the way love should be. When you come back, I'll be the one who welcomes you. I can't believe how much I am in love with you. Your give and take may indicate that you love me and populate the way we live and everything we do. The moon, the sun, and the stars, about as far away as you are from me now. You make your presence known. You're linked to me somehow. When you come back, I'll be the one who welcomes you. I can't believe how much I am in love with you. Your give and take may indicate that you and me can populate the way we live and everything we do. Everything we do. Everything we do. Everything we do. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very nice. I'm glad I made it enjoyable for you, Max.
Hey, don't go away. This song's just got 2 chords, D and A.
Of course.
And it's wall speed, slow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You take the microphone. All right.
This is the easiest song ever wrote. It's got 2 chords. But actually, I was told that this is, if not the oldest, one of the oldest songs ever recorded in this country. And so it goes way, way back. And the words are, you can see why. But it's about Montana.
What kind of tempo would you like?
It's 3/4. It's real slow. It's like, I'm riding on paint, like that. Here we go. I ride an old paint. I lead an old den. I'm going to Montana to throw a hula hand. Slow it down a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start over a little bit, and it just, yeah, it's just like, it's just real slow. Yeah, go. I ride an old paint. I lead an old den. I'm going to Montana to throw a hula hand. They feed in the coulees, they water in the draw. Their tails are all matted, their backs are all raw. Ride around real slow. Well, the fiery and the snuffy are raring to go. Brown had a daughter and a son. One went to Denver and the other went wrong. His wife, she died in a pool room fight, but still he keeps singing from morning till night, right around real slow. Well, the fiery and the snuffy are raring to go. Well, when I die, take my saddle from the wall, put it on my pony, lead him from his stall. I got a tickle. Darn it. Tie my bones to his back, turn our faces to the west, and we'll ride the prairie that we love the best. Ride around real slow. Fiery and the snuffy are raring to go. Ride around real slow. Shoot. Fiery and the snuffy are raring to go. Boy, I need a drink of water. Went down the wrong way.
Yes, nice.
Thank you. Thanks for having mercy. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. God. Boy, it tickles, and boy, there's just no getting rid of it.
Yeah. I have this stuff called Singer Spray. It's just an herbal mix.
Yeah.
I carry it with me all the time because
Yeah.
I have the same issues.
Yeah. Well, I used to sing a lot. I don't sing that much anymore, so it's like.
You should. You should.
You guys sang one last night together. I just caught the tail end of it. Could you sing that whole song again?
Yeah. Was it when I was? Oh gosh.
From the head to the heart.
Yes. Oh, of course.
Hi, I'm Ariana. I just want to say and give thanks to Kelly and Kiwoni for having this conference. So if we could all just give them a hand. And I also want to encourage people and tell you guys that we're all here for a reason. And there's no better time than now. And to really take something from this conference and implement it and turn it into something beautiful and tell everybody you know about Sasquatch.
Thank you.
That's it.
Let's see if I remember this.
Because you just did that last night.
I did.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So the words. Yeah. So I slept on it. So the words were, take it from the head. Chasing, I need your help. All right, and you're here. Oh, good. Take it from the head and put it in your heart. Is that what you said?
Yeah, or get out of your head.
Get out of your head into your you got it. Do you mind if can I use that? I mean, okay. Okay. Get out of your head.
you'll find a place to start. Get out of your head, get into your heart. Get out of your head and into your heart. One day you'll find it's a real fine place to start. One more time. Get out of your head, get into your heart. Get out of your head and into your heart. One day you'll find it's a real fine place to start. Thank you. So next year, that will be a complete song, I promise, because I'm taking it home and I'm going to write the song. So I'll be back. Kind of like that short Mason Williams song, Isn't Life Beautiful?
Yeah.
Isn't life grand? Isn't life the perfect thing to pass the time on?
Yeah. Well, it's short right now, but I have a chorus.
Good.
Thank you for the harmony too, Gina. Yeah. Yeah, that was sweet. Oh gosh, what time is it? It would be 4:30.
That was such a great little interlude. Thank you.
Yeah, do you have something to share? I can do it later. You want to share?
Sasquatch message is getting out.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay. Which one do I talk into?
Yeah, the one that's standing.
Okay. Sasquatch, the Sasquatch message is actually, I know it's getting out there. I actually teach nursing school. So I have people right from high school to college, and I ask them to raise their hands. How many believe in ETs? 80% of them raise their hands. How many believe in Sasquatch? Probably 50% of them raise their hands. So I know the younger generation, they've been raised with the knowledge that it's a possibility. And like I said, the majority seem to be transitioning and believing it. So when actually we have full disclosure, the current generation is not going to be astounded by it. It's my message. Yes. Energy work. 20 years ago, I began doing meditations and working with the angels. I was working the night shift. I had a machine that would not stop beeping. At 1 a.m., the department is closed. I can't get a new machine to run someone's IV. I'm a nurse. So I went to the machine and I said, put my hands on the machine. And I said, please, I cannot get a new machine in the middle of the night. Can you function until the next shift comes in at 7 o'clock in the morning? The machine worked perfectly, 100%. I'm giving report to the day shift at 7:10 in the morning, and the machine started beeping. I goes, you guys, it's your problem. I dealt with it during the night. Central Supply Department is open. You guys grab it, and you guys get a replacement machine right now, because they should be opening by 7 in the morning. They're open. You can get a new machine. So just working with energy. But have you actually gone, St. Michael, can you please work this machine for 10 more minutes till I get this finished recording? No, I haven't. And that's what I did. I learned that I think it was St. Michael works with machines. So St. Michael, I need 10 more minutes for this to function, or whatever, 30 more minutes, 3 hours. And he listened to me, and the machine worked, like I said, from 1 a.m. until 7:10 in the morning. The machine started giving problems, and the new shift took over.
I used that when I was a pilot. Come on, one remaining engine.
I like this song. It's just a chant, and it's supposed to be really, really old. I mean, an authentic Native American chant. And it's supposed to be, the meaning is calling in of the good spirits. But I was told by a particular Indian, he said the words weren't important, it was the melody that had the message, which I thought was kind of interesting. So this is really, really old. Hey ya, 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 hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Actually, you're supposed to do it 4 times. I didn't do it. And then I just want to do the one I did last night. Some of my friends didn't get to hear it, so maybe they'll be out close enough. But I love this song as one. As one we walk this earth together. As one we sing to her our song. As one we love her. As one we heal her. Her heart beats with our own as one. As one we join with her, our mother. As one we sing to her our song. As one we love her. As one we heal her. Her heart beats with our own as one. As one we love her. As one we heal her. Her heart beats with our own as one. Her heart beats with our own as one. That's it. Thank you.
Let's see. I'll tell one I hadn't told before. I was going camping out in northern Arizona, the northern desert, where I recently come from. And Chewelah had put me in touch with this place where he said the Sasquatch would be. And so anyway, I was out there and it was getting dark, and I really didn't dress for the occasion. I didn't know it was going to be as cold as it ended up being. I was used to those warm days in Arizona. And so I was parked in my truck there near the mesa where the Sasquatch people were living, and they were living with a bunch of aliens, actually. They all lived in the same cave. And but anyway, I was laying there, and it was getting late, and I was trying to go to sleep. And I was sleeping in the back of my truck because there were rattlesnakes there in Arizona. And so I always slept in the back of my truck. And so it was getting I was getting cold. And I didn't realize it was going to be so cold, but that night I found out it went down to 30 degrees, 25 or 30 degrees. And I was dressed, I mean, I had on 2 layers of clothes and some coveralls that were real warm and all this stuff, but I was still freezing. And so I decided, well, what the heck? I'll ask the hairy folks if they can help me. Because there wasn't any going back. There wasn't any leaving going. I would have left and gone home if it had been possible. But at night, where I went out there in the desert, you couldn't navigate that at night. Even in a 4-wheel drive, it's too dangerous. And so I was stuck out there. And I was freezing to death. And so I decided, well, it won't hurt. I can ask them. So I asked the Sasquatch people, very respectfully, like I always did, if they could do anything about the weather. And I know that Chewelah had done that once when it was raining, and they made it stop raining. So I was laying there for about 15 minutes. I noticed it started getting warmer, but just right there in the back of my truck. And pretty soon, man, I was tearing my clothes off. You know, my coveralls, I tore them off. And my outer clothes. And I was still hot. I was sweating profusely. Now, on the other side of the bed of the truck, though, you know, I was right in between the 2 beds, rails. But when I stick my hand over the bed of the rail, though, it'd be 30 degrees. Bring my hand back in, it'd be like 70, 75. And I said, what in the world? But I'm not going to kick about it. I'm just going to, you know, get comfortable and try to get some sleep, you know, because it was late at night. And so they decided to warm me up with their kindness.
Now, when you ask for help, do you call them a certain name or anything?
No, I know 9 of them by names now, by their names now, because I belong to a family.
But then, did you know all them? Did you know them then, though?
No.
So you just
No.
said Sasquatch?
I just said, Sasquatch people, could you help me? It's freezing cold. You can see I'm freezing here. And they were watching me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I knew they were there. And I don't know, since you're recording, I don't know. I can tell a couple more short stories.
Well, as George Burns used to say, if you've already heard this one, don't stop me because I'd like to hear it again myself.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I was on my way back to Arizona from Washington State. I lived over on the other end of the state, about 100 miles this side of Seattle, on a lake there, in a place called Chewelah, outside a place called Chewelah, and in the woods out there. And I'm embarrassed. It's slipping my mind. I do it all the time now. Oh, so I was moving back to Arizona, and I had just seen a Sasquatch, my first Sasquatch I'd seen in Washington State. I'd just seen him two weeks before I left. And his name is Tio, or Tianka is his real name, but the other Sasquatch call him Tio for short. And so Tio traveled with me in the back of my truck all the way from Arizona, all the way from Washington, all the way from Washington State, all the way back to Arizona. And I couldn't see him, but I could smell him. And later on, I found out, it was him. Later on, they told me. And but anyway, I was going across the desert through California, going to Arizona, and I pulled over this little mom and pop restaurant, but there were a lot of cars parked out there, and I just go pull in there. I was just going to get me an ice cream. It was hot, so I was going to get me an ice cream cone. I'd been traveling for a while, so I got out of the truck, parked the truck, and I got out of the truck and started walking inside, and there was this guy sitting on the porch of this restaurant with because it was like in an old log cabin. He was just sitting on the porch with his wife and his son, and I recognized him right away. He was an actor that was in that Vietnam movie called Platoon. And but we didn't talk about that, but I recognized him right away. And he asked me if I had one of these things, a flat metal thing that the cops used to put through a person's window to unlock their cars. If they lock their keys in a car or something. And I told him, no, I said, I'm sorry, I don't have one. And I walked inside and I said, wow, that's that guy from Platoon, and everything. And I really enjoyed the role that he played in it and everything, but I didn't say anything to him about it. And he was real friendly, real nice man, black gentleman. And so I walked inside and I got my ice cream. I was walking out and I suddenly felt this impulse to ask the Sasquatch people if they could unlock his van for him. And so I asked them very humbly if they maybe would mind if they had time, because I always ask them very humbly if they could help him open his truck, because he and his wife and son were stuck there out in the middle of nowhere in the desert. And so I told him when I walked by him, he was sitting on the porch, and I said, "Sir," I said, "wait until I'm gone. Wait till my truck pulls out of the parking lot and I'm gone. And then try your truck door." And he looked at me kind of strange, like, "Who is this guy?" You know? So I walked out down the porch, said goodbye to him. I was walking toward my truck was parked on the other side of his truck, so I had to walk by his truck to get to my truck. So when I walked by his truck, I was only a foot and a half from his truck door, and I heard the lock click. You know, like it clicks, you know, when you open it, like they used to, anyway. You open it and it clicks. I heard it click. And I said, "Oh, thank you guys." And I went and got in my truck. I didn't stop. I could have just reached right over and opened his door for him. But voice told me, don't do it. That he would make too big a deal out of it, and other people might get involved, and all this other stuff. And I didn't want people thinking that was something that I was not, and all this, you know. And so I just went, got in my truck, pulled off. Well, later on, the Sasquatch were talking to me through a friend who can hear them. They used to speak to me in visions. Right now, I can't hear their audible voice, except when they holler out there, in the woods. But they complain to me all the time because through my friend that they try to talk to me all the time, and that I act like I can't hear them because I can't. But later on, though, they told me through my friend that yes, that he had unlocked the door for the man, you know? And I thought that was so cool. And that just stuck in my head all this time, and it's been, oh my gosh, about 5 years now or something. And it's just stuck in my head.
My mom was 86 years old, and she lived on our home place, which is about 60 acres, a mile-long private drive. But she was out picking up sticks, which she was always meticulous about. But she fell down an embankment, which was pretty darn high, and then dropped another 3 feet onto the sidewalk. And she couldn't get up. She swears, you know, she started praying and praying because she was crying and nobody could hear her. And she said some man came and picked her up and carried her up the stairs and into the house. And she had a broken wrist and was hurt pretty bad, you know. But she dialed my sister. And we wondered later, how did she dial with her wrist broke and her other arm was hurt? And we all just kind of shrugged it off, but maybe somebody did, you know. And can Sasquatch transform? I mean, I know they can, like, into animals, but maybe they, you know, change to where they look like something else.
I know they transform into animals.
Yeah, exactly.
And trees.
And trees.
They could transform into a tree too.
Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing some of that. Yeah, I remember reading about that. But anyway, I just always thought that was interesting. I don't know. I've got feather maps. I gotta go get my supper. Those are awesome stories.
Yeah, I gotta start packing up too. I got that other really good story last night, so I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you. Oh, my battery just ran down. On that one.
Yeah, batteries, eh?
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed.